And the boy said, no problem at all. I'll do it for you. But tomorrow morning you'll solve my problem, no? The saint said, don't worry, son. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I will solve your problem. But you have to do what I told you. He was like, yeah, don't worry. Camels, nah, I'll take care of them. You don't worry at all. So the saint went back to his ashram, and it was late evening. So he went back and he went to sleep. Now time passed, and at daybreak, when the sun rose, the saint came out and he went to where all the camels were. There were like quite a few camels. And he saw this boy, haggard, tired, with dust all over his feet, you know, and like literally like that he was. So the saint asked him, what happened, son? And I gave you just a task of putting the camels down. And I hope you slept well after that. And the boy held his hand like this. And he said, what to tell you, Prabhuji? Forget sleeping. I couldn't shut my eyes for a wink. And the saint just smiled and he said, why? What happened? And the boy kept saying that, you know, the moment I ran and I put a couple of camels down and went to put the others, the ones that were sitting stood up. And by the time I put the others down and came back here, these ones again stood up and those ones sat down. So whole night I was juggling from here to there. The moment some sat down, the others, you know, stood up. The moment I went running there, someone else stood up. I haven't slept a wink. Wow. I mean, it was such a tough task for me. And the saint smiled and he said, you know why I gave you this task? And the boy said, I don't know. You said, so I did it. So he said, it was to give you a lesson for life, my child. And that lesson is that problems or, you know, issues in life are like these camels. They will keep coming. The moment you put down one, another will rise up. The moment you put down one, another will rise up. That is life. Because of that, you're not supposed to be either boggled down, you're not supposed to be sad, you're not supposed to be dejected. You just do your best and move ahead. You cannot be dejected because of these small issues that will keep coming, because that is a part of life and you have to accept it. All right. Just like when seasons change, yeah, from summers to winters, sometimes, you know, our body feels a little cold. What do? We just adapt to it, right? And when the rain comes, what do? We just take an umbrella or a raincoat or a wind cheater and we adapt to it, right? We don't stop functioning. That's what the saint explained to him, that problems in life are like seasons. They will come, they will go. Don't get boggled down. Just continue to do what you do. And after that, he asked him, you really think you have a lot of problems in life after last night? And he said, no. After doing this, I don't think I have any problems. I'm sure I can manage whatever I have. Because he realized that what he was thinking to be a problem was very, very tiny. Yes? How do you all like this? Do you all understand? And do you all also feel something like this sometimes? Do you all feel you all have a lot of problems? Yeah? Radha, what do you have to say? You're nodding your head. Please unmute.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you feel that. Then what do?
Yeah. Think. Just read a book.
You just read a book. Okay.
Yeah.
What does someone else do? I can have, say, Prisha, Varun, any of you all answer. What do you all do when you all have some problems?
Sir, we tell it to our parents.
Yeah. And then you don't get dejected, no? You just move on.
Sir, sometimes we get detected and after that we...
Varun, how old are you? 9 years old. What kind of
now I'm
problems
going to
does a 9-year-old
10 in
have? Please tell me.
January.
What kind of problems does a 9-year-old have?
Sir, type of some fights of friends and all.
Array, we should try and not get into any fights only. Okay. I thought the problem that you had is whether to have Lay's chips or to have Dorito. That must be a problem.
Sir, there
Huh?
are sometimes problems that who will come in the theater or who will have if we have one ticket, so who will come?
Oh, that is a problem. Okay, don't
Yes,
take that to be a problem. So once you go, once your sister will go, what's the big deal? Decide that way.
yes, sir. But then after that, sometimes we get through it and we don't detect it sometimes. So
Okay, no problem. But you should at least try. We all should try, right? We all feel the same. Even I feel the same. Even you feel the same. So we should try to make sure that we're not affected by these small things. Okay,
yes, sir.
perfect.
Yes,
Should we go on to the next story?
yes, sir.
All right. Now this story is of a proud prince. All right. So there was this huge kingdom. All right. And that kingdom had only one prince. He was the only son of the king. And he was extremely, extremely good looking. Extremely good looking. Yeah. So he was like, whenever he actually walked out in his kingdom, everyone would rule over him. The male and the females, he was so good looking. So everybody would be like, my God, this man is so handsome, like that. All right. So now, obviously, when someone gets a lot of flattery like this, yeah, what happens when someone gets a lot of flattery? They tend to become a little proud, right?
I'll interrupt you, Prabhuji. Ahana has just entered.
Yes. Hi, Ahana. You're a little late. No problem. You'll also get the recording for the one story that you've missed. Okay, don't worry. So, talking about when someone has something, whether it's money, whether it's looks, whether it's fame, what happens? You tend to become proud, right? So this prince had also become a little proud of his looks.
Prabhuji, I had a class, that's why I
No
forgot it.
problem. No
Actually,
problem.
I
You'll
will
get the recording.
join tonight.
No problem, Ahana. You'll get the recording. Don't worry at all. Yeah, you've
I'll
just
join
missed
it.
one story. Don't worry at all. Okay, so coming back to the story, now this prince had become a little proud, and not only proud, he was like over obsessed. You know what I mean by obsessed? Obsessed means Radha is going to answer that. Yes.
Over proud, like he ego has come in him.
So ego has come in, and he was over obsessed about his looks. The word obsessed, kids, means he was over attached to his looks. So it was like all the time he was thinking about how he's looking good. He was, constantly in front of the mirror and always very conscious of how he looked. So this the kingdom priest, there's always one priest or one saint who advises the king. Yeah, he realized that the prince has become very, very proud, and he's also so attached to his looks, and he's over obsessed. He's constantly thinking of that, and that is not good, because he has an entire kingdom to run later on. The responsibility of a king is huge, because he's responsible for all his men, all the people who live in his kingdom, right? So, and the prince would soon be taking over as the king. So the saint went up to him and he tried to explain to him that, prince, but he knew that because the prince was so, you could say, attached to his looks, he will not understand a direct message, right? So a direct message is what? When someone goes and tells you, look, you're doing this wrong, don't do it. Sometimes that is not taken well by people. Even we don't take that, right? Sometimes, say your teacher will come up to you and say, you did this wrong, or don't do it like this. You get a little affected at times. Okay. Suppose you're a very good badminton player, and your coach comes and tells you you're not playing the right shot. You'll be like, come on, I know it. Don't, you may feel that. So these saints are very smart. They know how to do what to do. And that's why they are so exalted. So this saint understood that if I tell him normally, he may not understand. But he said, let me give one try. So one try I'll give normally. If he understands, fine. Otherwise, I'll make him understand in my style. So he went up to the prince and he told him, look, you're being overly attached to your looks. Your looks are fading by the day. By the day, as you grow older, your looks are going to fade. Don't be attached to it, because one fine day you will find yourself getting older. You will not be as good looking. And the prince couldn't just take that. He said, what rubbish? I'm not getting old. Look at me. I'm so handsome. Everyone says that. And then he says, and he immediately called 50 servants of his, all right, from different, from the kitchen, from the gardening, from the housekeeping, from all the sections. He called people and he put all of them in a line and he said, I'm going to ask you all one question. Am I getting older? And all of them replied unanimously, no, sir. No, sir. And again, he felt that high and happy. And he looked at the saint and he said, look, I'm not getting any older. And now the saint understood. I said, he won't understand like this. He said, no problem. Can you tell your people to, there is a pond right outside your kingdom or your palace? He says, yes. Let's go to the pond with all your people. He said, okay, let's go. And he said, the pond is full. He said, yes, it's absolutely full. Okay. He said, now get me a big tumbler. All right. A huge tumbler. A tumbler the size of, say, a bedroom. Okay. That tumbler. And he says, let's take water from the tumbler and put it in the, let's take water from the pond and put it in the tumbler. So water was taken from the pond, put in the tumbler, and the tumbler was filled to the brim. All right. If this is the tumbler, it was filled to the brim. Okay. And then he sent all the 50 people outside. He said, tell all of them to go. So the prince ordered everyone to go. And then only the prince, the saint was there and the tumbler was in front of them. Then what the saint did, he said, this is a big mug. I am taking one mug out of this tumbler and putting it aside. So he took one mug out from that tumbler of water and he just threw it out. All right. And he said, now call all your servants. And all the servants came again. And the servants were asked by the saint, is this tumbler full or is it any less than what you had seen 5 minutes ago? And everybody replied that huge tumbler one, they didn't even realize. They said, no, it's the same. There's no change. There's no change. Everyone replied that there is no change. There's no change. It's the same. And then they said, okay, please go. So then again, all of them dispersed. And the saint looked up to the prince and he told him, they all said the same thing, that there is no change. But you know, I took out one mug from this. So it has reduced even by so much. Every day, your beauty is also reducing by a dot. Every day. So at the end of 1 year, at the end of 2 years, at the end of 10 years, it is going to reduce. Like if I keep removing one mug out of this tumbler every day, at some point of time, this tumbler will get empty. And then the prince was like this, oh, yeah, baat to barabar hai ki nahi? Barabar bola, right? Then he realized that what he was attached to is temporary. It is not permanent. So the looks that you have is not permanent. He realized that. And then he fell at the saint's feet and he begged apology. He said, I'm extremely sorry, that my beauty, my looks had got to my head. And then the saint explained to him that, my dear prince, please understand that everything around is temporary. Your looks are temporary. Your kingdom is temporary. Your wealth is temporary. Don't be over attached to it. Don't be over attached to it. Yes? Can you please make sure that we also remember this, kids? We should not be over attached because everything is temporary. Okay? Anything else that you'll take from the story? Amay, Amay, I want you to tell me. Yes, Amay? Did you hear the full story or no? Yeah?
Yeah.
And what did you get from the story? We should not be over attached to anything. Are you very attached to your chocolates?
No.
Attached to your toys? No? Okay, good. You should not be. Right? Okay, anyone else would want to say anything?
Prabhuji, everything in this world is temporary.
Everything is temporary. Absolutely right. So we should not be over attached. Okay, so Aditi, you've requested me to repeat the earlier story. It will not be possible because we have to take some more stories. But I will share with you the recording. So don't worry. All right, you can see the recording. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Varun.
sir, it means that we should not be attached, and plus, if we have got a new thing, so we get more attached, but we have to avoid to be attached by that thing.
We have to be avoid to be attached. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Prabhuji. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So can we get on to the next story?
Hare Krishna. Yes,
So the next
Prabhuji.
story is Ahana. Yeah, on mute. Thanks. So the next story is about again a king. And this king, he was actually a Mahamurak. You know what's a Mahamurak?
A big stupid.
Yeah, a foolish guy. He was absolutely foolish. And you know why I call him foolish? Yeah. The reason I call him foolish is because he was overly attached. Again, same thing. He was overly attached to his kingdom. He was overly attached to his wives. He was overly attached to his children. He was overly attached to his palace. He was overly attached to all the valuable things that he had, like chariots and horses and all of that. So again, all kings, as I told you, used to have this saint that they used to believe in and they would abide by. Yeah. Not always listen to maybe, but they would abide by and respect. So again, this king had this saint in his kingdom who realized that this king is really not doing the right thing by being overly attached. So he went up to him and he again understood that he's not going to understand my words overly attached. He's not going to understand that. So I have to teach him a lesson. So the saint went up to him and he told him that, you know what, king? And again, when saints go, they are normally given a lot of charity. So the king told him that you've come to us, you've blessed us, we're very thankful. What can I do for you? The saint said, no, I don't want anything. And the king would not let him go. He said, no, you have to tell me something. So the saint told him, okay, I want only one thing that you should do for me. Then he said, please tell me what I should do for you. He said, in your kingdom, find the most foolish person or the biggest Mahamurak. And once you find the biggest Mahamurak, you give him a special flag in his hand, which says Mahamurak. And all he needs to do is walk around with that kingdom, holding that flag, that Mahamurak. And the king said, oh, only that you want me to do? He says, yes, I only want you to do that for me. Will you do that? He said, of course I'll do it for you. No problem at all. And then he called his ministers and he said, go find the most foolish person in my kingdom. And then all the ministers went around looking for the most foolish person. Now, how will you spot a foolish person? How will you spot? You will spot a foolish person by the activity that he's doing, right? If he's doing something really stupid and funny, you'll understand that he's foolish, right? So they went around looking for the most foolish person. Mataji, if you can continue sharing that slide. So the most foolish person, and they went on for like a number of days, but they really didn't find someone who was really stupid. So someone was sitting on the donkey, someone was, doing some other foolishness, but one person they found finally. What he was doing, he was looking up at the sky in broad daylight, and he was just continuously staring at the sky for like 30 minutes or so. And when the ministers who had gone, they asked him, what are you doing? Why are you looking up at the sky? He said, shh, don't disturb, go away. And the ministers were like, kuch to gadbad hai. Let me ask him. And then again they continued. Arey, what is the reason? Please tell me. And again, this guy, don't disturb me. Please go away. And the minister said, please tell me, I'll give you a special prize. But at least tell me, what are you doing looking up at the sky? And then he said, shh, don't disturb me. I'm counting the stars. Every time you disturb me, I get lost. I'm counting the stars. And then they realized in broad daylight, he's counting the stars. Forget someone even trying that at night. In broad daylight, he's trying to count the stars. ये सबसे बड़ा मूर्ख, इसको लेके जाते. So then they took him to the king. And then when they told the king what he was doing, king was like, वाह, मिल गया महामूर्ख. And they said, इसको एक flag दे दो और इसको पकड़ा दो flag. And then he was given the flag and he was told, I will give you a lot of money. Every month I will give you handsomely. He was paid a salary and he said, all you need to do is you need to move around my kingdom with this flag. And that man said, okay. And so that way many months passed and he used to move around with that flag, and he used to move around with that flag which had Mahamurkh written on it. So many years passed like this, and finally the king fell ill. And when the king fell ill, he was so seriously ill, he was on his deathbed. Yeah, and he was about to die. And at that time, he met his wife, his children, everyone who he was attached to was called. Yeah, and he was talking to them and feeling sad. And then he suddenly remembered that Mahamurkh is also there. He has served me so well because the saint had given me that task and he has done that task for me. I should meet him and I should at least thank him. So the Mahamurkh was called and the king told him, look, you have really served me well for the last so many years. I'm really happy with you. From tomorrow onwards, you don't need to do this activity. I will keep paying you for the rest of your life. Every month, my ministers will make sure that the money reaches your home. But you don't need to do this activity. But one thing you have to do for me, because I'm releasing you of this activity, you have to find another Mahamurkh for me. And he said, okay. He said, I will do that. No problem at all. I'll find another Mahamurkh. And king said, once you find another Mahamurkh, just give him the flag. And fine. So this Mahamurkh told him, but king, why are you saying that? Where are you going? And if you're going, please take me with you. And the king said, no, I can't take you with me. I'm going to a place I can't take you. He said, but king, I want to come with you. He said, but I can't take you. Please understand. He said, Acha, you can't take me. Okay, will you take your wives with you? And the king said, no, where I'm going, I can't take my wives also. The Mahamurkh said, Acha, you can't take your wives. Okay, you're taking your children with you? And again the king said, no, Baba, where I'm going, I can't even take my children with me. He said, Acha, you can't take your children also with you? Then are you going to take all your money with you? All these lovely jewels and all? He said, no, yaar, if I can't take my wife and children, what will I take these jewels? I can't even take my wife and children, my jewels, nothing I can take over there. And this Mahamurkh said, Acha, you can't even take your jewels. Are you going to take your ministers with you? If you have any difficulty, they'll be there. The king held his head and he said, Arey Baba, I can't take anything with me over there. And then this Mahamurkh said, you can't take anything with you over there? He said, no, I can't take anything with me. Then he said, okay, then you hold this flag. And the king was, what? I'm not a Murkh. Why should I hold the flag? And then that person told him, the Mahamurkh, that king, if you can't take your wife with you, you can't take your children with you, you can't take your wealth with you, you can't take your ministers with you, but throughout your life, you have only been attached to them. When you knew you couldn't take any of them with you, why were you so attached to them? And then the king realized, Arey, ye to Murkh nahi hai. Ye to koi aqalmand hai. He said, please tell me, who are you? And then that man smiled and he said, I am the disciple or the shishya of that saint who is your kingdom saint. And because you were so attached to your kingdom, he wanted me to make you realize, at least before you die, that the objective of human life is not to be attached to things or people, because all of this is temporary. And then the king realized, "Arey yaar, galti ho gaya." And then he immediately called the saint. And in the last few days of his life, he made sure that he perfected his life by asking the right questions to the saint, who gave him the right answers. And slowly, all his attachments were over and out before he finally died. How did you all like the story?
It was very nice story, Prabhuji.
So, who's a Mahamudra?
The king.
Overattached.